These are the best cards you can get in MLB The Show 25 on a budget, or for free. There is a ton of amazing cards you can get for your Diamond Dynasty team that will cost you little to absolutely nothing. So let me know in the comment section, who are the budget ballers of MLB 25? Leave a like if you guys enjoy these videos, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We're gonna break this video down into two parts: cards that you guys can get for just playing the game, and then ones that you might have to buy on the market but will go for quite cheap. One of the first things you'll receive from the XP path is this Cornerstone Evolution Pack, which gives you a silver card that you can evolve into a diamond. And I've got all three, but I think the best is going to be this Ubaldo Jimenez. I've really enjoyed him as I've gotten to use him a bit more. He is really quite accurate. He's got pretty good attributes, a pretty good pitch mix, 5 pitches, including a sinker and a splitter, which I'm a big fan of. He just had a fantastic start for me on Hall of Fame while we're going up to World Series. I would highly recommend Ubaldo Jimenez. Now, one of the first things I recommended people to finish within MLB 25 was the Pipeline program. I think there's a lot of great stuff here. I have people in my stream that simply swear and die by this Christian Moore. They love him so much. You know, he is a gold card, so obviously he does have a couple holes within his game, but he's pretty well-rounded, you know, 70s plus in pretty much every major category that you're looking for. Also, Kumar Rocker, if you guys are looking for a gold starting pitcher, he is really not bad. We have Nick, Kurtz. I have no idea. Why, if you are his parents, would you name him Nick? Not Bob or something? You just got to put a good, 5-second pause in between first and last name. He crushes. If you missed the video we talked about yesterday, really describing how this game works, what kind of players you want, I highly recommend to check it out. Power's king. You'll find out why within that video. Don't rushing. There's not a lot of great catchers within the game right now. Rushing is pretty good defensively. He's pretty quick, and he's done well for me. About 1,000 OPS. We're sitting about 730, 750 in the rating right now, so he's played well, even at high difficulties. Jordan Lawler, haven't tried him too much. He's really quick. He's really fast. With this game not having all the secondaries that you're used to for players, a guy like Lawler on your bench is nice to have with his defense and speed. So that is a nice adjustment to have in at the end of games. Then Walker Jenkins, no bias here. I'll show the stats. He's been crushing for me. And as I get higher up in difficulties, face better opponents, he's hitting better for me. I love this Walker Jenkins card. But of course, I'd also recommend to do the Spring Breakout program. As you guys can see, I do not have it finished because it does take a little bit to actually get it complete. And if you guys did not know, the way to finish this program, you need this collection. And to get all the cards to eventually get Leonidas DeVries, you need to do the showdown 4 times. We're talking this one, the Spring Breakout Showdown versus Chase Dollander. If you complete the final boss, you're going to get the Spring Breakout Gold Player Choice Pack, and all the cards are exclusive to this pack, which you can only earn in Showdown. So for people confused on how to get Leo DeVries, that is how. I don't have him yet. I still have to finish up the showdowns myself. But everybody raves about this card. He's a switch hitter, which is always very valuable. He hits both sides pretty well. Pretty damn good defense. 84 reaction goes a long way this year. And then 80 speed, what's not to like? But there is more cards. I know people enjoy this Jackson Ferris. People are big fans of in my Twitch stream. Connor Griffin, also. A lot of people love him as a gold card. Chase Dollander, who is the showdown boss. If you need a diamond starting pitcher that throws hard, he's got a sinker. He is going to have accuracy and control problems, but, you know, lower difficulties, it might be fine. Max Clark, he's a defensive giant with that speed and defense, and he can hit a little bit too. Don't sleep on him. And then finally, JJ Weatherholt. He has punished me when I face him. Very good card. The Tokyo program, the first content drop they've had since the game came out, might be one of their best things that you can do in the game. You get Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 5 pitches. He had a very good start for me the other day in ranked seasons. He's accurate. He doesn't throw super hard. 97 on the four seam is pretty fast, but no outlier here. He's just kind of good at everything. He changes speeds, he gets a good break on his breaking pitches, and he's pretty accurate. So I like Yoshi. I know some people love, some people hate the Seiya Suzuki card. I think he's pretty good. He's got really good defense. 88 reaction in the outfield is awesome. Then you've got Shota Imanaga. Not quite as big of a fan of this card. He just does not throw super hard. If you're facing good players online, it will be more difficult. If you're facing the CPU, it doesn't really matter how hard you throw most often. You're really looking at the hit K and BB9 attributes then. And then Shohei Ohtani. It's Shohei Ohtani. Diamond Quest. There's some really good cards in a couple different maps that you guys could get. Quick reminder once again, if you guys are struggling and looking for advice on Diamond Quest, here's the video explaining all of it and how to get through it efficiently to get the rewards. I make it no secret, Travis Bazzana is my favorite card, I think, so far this year. He has not only been very sound for me, either at second base or anywhere in the outfield. You guys brought up a good point. Yes, you can see the actual out-of-position penalties within the compare player screen. Same thing as the secondaries. The attribute wheel is busted. Of course, you see right there, it does not adjust for Bazzana. So that is how you can check that out. He's been excellent for me. He will line out. He doesn't have the top-end power that you're really looking for quite yet. He is a balanced type hitter, so he's kind of in the middle ground. He's not going to get some of the crazier results on swings like Schwarber's or Hoskins will, which, again, we talked about yesterday. But Bazzana, I love this card. He's in Diamond Quest or he goes for 12K. Either way, I think you got to get him. The Matt Shaw in DQ also, he's got good positional versatility. He can play third, second, and short while not having out-of-position penalty, which is great. And he plays pretty good D. He's got Gold Shield defense for me at parallel 3. And he's got a 1300 OPS. And in a world where it is very tough to pitch in early game at Diamond Dynasty, playing on lower difficulties, Noah Schultz has been very nice for me. Good hit in K per 9, BB9 up in the 70s. The sweeper is really, really tough. I love the pitch mix. I love his mechanics. Noah Schultz is one of my favorite pitchers in the game. We're talking about a lot of cards here because I think there's a lot of good ones that you can get from just playing. There's the mini seasons for CC Sabathia. I do not have him. One tip I want to give for you guys for mini seasons is to get CC, you're really looking at just winning the championship. That is how you're going to get the CC Sabathia card. And to get through the regular season into the postseason, you really only need to win about 18 games. So if you go 18-0, if you're playing again on like your rookie difficulty, which I would recommend, win 18 games, quit out of the rest, go to the postseason. It'll go a lot faster. That's skipping like 10 games that you don't have to play. Within that program, within the mini seasons, you'll get Lee Smith, Death, Taxes, Lee Smith, dominating early game Diamond Dynasty. He does it every year. And then CC Sabathia. The hit and K per 9 are a bit lower. He does not have super high velocity, but he's accurate, which really goes a long way. I think control is a necessity when it comes to online. If you face someone who's got a good eye, who's disciplined, they won't chase, giving up those walks, and then hanging one to give up an inevitable 3-run shot as opposed to a solo is a lot worse. CC Sabathia, I've loved him in the past. We're working to get him right now, so I'm very excited, and I've heard great things so far. And finally, let's talk Team Affinity. Once again, another plug. I did make a full video talking about all my Team Affinity recommendations, as well as tips on how to get them done quickly. But here are a couple of my favorites. You have this Eric Gagne, 78, who is nasty. He's been so good, both on and offline. The pitch clutch is super high. Gagne, the way he changes speeds and the break that he gets on the changeup and the curveball, the cutter being so effective, he's always just so good no matter the overall. The Silver Joe Kelly has also been a fan favorite. He's got Outlier 2 on the sinker, 5-pitch mix, 100 hit 9, gonna make the PCIs for your opponent minuscule. And this Yordan Alvarez, a silver card with 90 power, 80 clutch, 70 plus contact. Mind you, he doesn't even go to the ballpark with a glove. He leaves that at home. He won't need it. But this guy, he can hit. Now, some gold cards I'd recommend. Ben Rice. We talked about catcher being thin. Well, Ben Rice can play catcher. Again, the backstop is not a position that you can go out of position. They have to be primary or secondary. And he's not going to be a good catcher. 51 arm is not great, but he's got pop, and that goes a long way. You guys saw my team. I don't really need golds. Rhys Hoskins plays on my team. I think that says a lot of how good this card is. He hits for contact for me. He's so clutch with that 102 attribute there, and he hits nukes. He gets such great exit velocities. I love this Rhys Hoskins card. And he's got the bat slam. What's not to love? Now, the Jolt Series Diamonds that you get at 55,000 points, Andrew Miller is one of the best lefty arms that you can get out of your bullpen. Another lefty who pitched at one point, but this one is for the bat. Babe Ruth, he crushes. He's always so good, got such a great swing. You got to get Babe. Looking in the AL East once again. Junior Caminero. He's got a great swing on him for a righty. He's got secondaries at second and shortstop, and he hits lefties so well. It also hits righties at 70-plus clip. Raleigh Fingers might be my favorite relief pitcher in the game so far this year. He's so accurate, but also has such great break that he's tough to hit. Really hard to barrel up Raleigh Fingers this year. Another dominant closer, John Franco for the Mets, lefty out of the pen. 5-pitch mix. The screwball is excellent. He's got really good control, and the hit and pitch clutch are exceptional at this point of the year. Another reliever, a lot of great ones in Team Affinity. If you need speed, Justin Martinez is your guy. He's got outlier on the sinker, also throws 100 on the four-seamer. The slider and splitter are a little bit wild, but the hit and K are so high, it might not matter. Richie Sexson, I just got for the squad. Again, a high-power guy that gets really great exit velocities when a lot of players don't right now. Finally, Kyle Schwarber. If you're going to get one Team Affinity card, get Schwarbs. He is so good. I love this card. That Phillies TA, get him, Hoskins. You can't get much better than that. In the XP reward path, 320,000 points, you're going to get a Boss Choice Pack featuring Adrian Beltre, Manny Ramirez, or Mark McGwire. I think you know who the pick is here. Manny has issues. If you have played with him, you know his dreadlocks causes the game to stutter. It causes lag, but it really hasn't affected me too much yet. I'm still performing pretty well with him. I don't know how much the lag actually affects things. It's really only for online. I don't notice it so much when I'm playing against the computer, but still, Manny with the attributes, he honestly plays fine in the field too. I love Manny. So now let's talk on the market. Of course, these guys right here, probably not so affordable. If you have the stubs for them, great. I don't. A lot of people don't. You want to get 3 cards for under 4,000 stubs that will help out your team? Get these 3 J's. Santander, high power when power is king. Switch hitter, can play first and the outfield. That's awesome. That is so good. Jeff Hoffman, a lot of people are using him right now. He is down on inside edge, which is unfortunate, but I don't think that means you can't use him. He's got a good pitch mix. And then Yimi Garcia. He's been one of my favorite guys the past couple Diamond Dynasties, and he might be the best of all in 25. 5-pitch mix. He's so tough to hit. Again, you need a first baseman. Carlos Santana is your man. Switch hitter, can hit both sides pretty well. Prioritizes lefties. Really, right now with inside edge. And that fielding at 96 and 88 reaction with my +2. That is top tier. He will help you out so much on balls in the dirt. He makes such quick reactions at first. Another great reliever, Griffin Jax. If you want a righty, he goes for under 1,000 stubs at the moment. That sweeper has got to be one of my favorite sweepers I've used in the game this year. He's very accurate, has pretty small PCIs for your opponent. a 5-pitch mix, he's awesome. This one's no surprise. Brent Rooker. A lot of you guys have been loving this card. I have too. High power, 103 against lefties, 93 against right. Not really someone I would play in the field, but he doesn't need to. He'll bring you more than enough value at the dish. Cal Raleigh, the big dumper. I like more than a lot of catchers in the game right now. Some of the best power that you'll have at that position for quite some time. 82 and 101 against righties and lefties respectively as a switch hitter. That's awesome. He gets breaking ball hitter as a quirk too, which makes him even better. Couple of great hitters for the Braves. Marcell Ozuna, again a DH. He can play left field apparently, but I would not do it. 35 fielding, 30 speed. Stick him at DH and you'll like him. And then Austin Riley. He was on my team for a long time as a gold card. 1,700 OPS through 24 plate appearances. It was very hard to make the choice to bench him. Another 1B with high power that you can dominate the game with, Pete Alonso. Not only is he 90 plus against righties and lefties, he's up on inside edge, and he's got 7 quirks. Another one of my favorite lefties that I'm still using on my team right now, that's Matt Strom. He is one of the most accurate pitchers that I've had a chance to use in this game, and he's also nasty. He is so good, you gotta give him a shot. He is under 2,000 stubs. Let's take a look at the 10,000 stub or less bin. We've got a Sonny Gray who is honestly pretty good. I've always liked him within the game. His sweeper, sinker cutter combo is really nice. Will Smith is actually pretty cheap this year. He is down on inside edge currently, but he goes for less than 4K. Brand new legend, Ted Williams. His power against lefties is really poor, and I've noticed him get awful animations in the field, but he can sure hit righties. I liked him when I had him. For a lefty reliever, Mark Davis, who you can get free in the multiplayer program. He's not too bad. 5-pitch mix, 100 plus hitting K per 9. I know many are fans of Vladimir Guerrero. He's got great arm, and he hits above those attributes. Then finally, one more thing I want to squeeze in this long video. Pipeline collection for this 88 Roki Sasaki. I've really enjoyed Roki Sasaki so far. He does throw very hard, and he's got lower BB9. He is difficult to control, but again, if you can get your opponents to chase, or especially if you're playing the CPU, this is one of the best pitchers that you can have right now within the game. The mix, 4 of them, sinker, splitter, slider, and a 4-seam. Really effective. Now, of course, to get Roki, you need 35 Pipeline Series cards, but you'll also get Roman Anthony and Carson Williams. I blushed about Carson yesterday. He was really good for me. He hit a bunch of homers, and now he's got a near 1,300 OPS, and he is the best defensive shortstop that you can possibly have within the game. You only need 15 cards. You can get Carson Williams for free. You need to do it. He's free. Now, if you want my opinion on getting enough cards to get Roki, because you can't get him free unless you get a bunch of diamond pulls, but you need to put in, I put in about 40,000 stubs, which I think is worth it because you get a couple other cards along the way. Now, I did all the Conquest, the East, the Central, and the West, and you get 6 exclusive gold cards that you can put in for this collection. And then also the Pipeline program, you get a bunch of golds within the Pipeline pack. Those gold cards like Tamar Johnson, they all go for under 1,000 stubs. You'll pull some in regular packs too, so that didn't cost much. And then the actual diamonds, you only need to do the 85s. You don't have to get the 87s. Like Cags here, he was 6,600. Kobe Mayo at 7,000. Kyle Teal, 4,000. So yeah, in total I put in, I also got the Diamond Quest guys. So Matt Shaw, Chase Burns, Travis Bazzana, and Noah Schultz. I got those guys, and I was able to get Roki for about 40K, which I thought was a pretty good value. And also, depending on what your budget is, if you want to try out some of these 87 Pipeline, they do go for a little bit more than 20K in most instances. Like this Tristan Campbell, he can play almost every position within the game, second, third, short, and the outfield. He's got 80 plus contact and power, pretty decent fielding at this rate, 70 speed. That's awesome. Also, we talk about the catcher shortage. Samuel Basallo, he's really good. He's got high power for a catcher, also 92 arm. He's really going to help you out in the run game. You know, live series cards go for a lot right now. A lot of them aren't really within most people's budgets. And the ones that are, I think there's probably better cards that you can earn fairly easily throughout the game. But obviously, live series, you still want to get. Some of these are exceptional, like your Shohei's, your Jose Ramirez, Ketel Marte, Trout, Lindor, you know, Mookie Betts. A lot of those are great cards. And then for collections, too, they're just not quite affordable for most people's budgets. And there we go. We talked a lot. There's a lot of great cards within the game right now. I know a lot of you guys appreciate the longer videos, and I didn't want to list like 5 cards. Be like, oh yeah, these 5 are really good. They're the only good ones that you could possibly get. Want to give you guys options. There's a lot of different ways to earn great stuff within Diamond Dynasty right now. I mean, pretty much every mode. There's exclusive stuff in Conquest and Diamond Quest and mini seasons, in the ranked varieties of the game. I didn't include those because, I mean, you know, like Mickey Mantle's good. And a lot of people are not quite going to be able to get there right away, but these are cards I would aim for. If you have them already and are not using them, give them a shot because I think they're awesome. And if you haven't gotten them, that would be me putting them on your to-do list for you because I think they're great and you should give them a shot. So let me know again in the comment section, what cards are you guys loving that are a bit under the radar or very cheap on the marketplace? Thank you guys for watching this one. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy. I'll see you on the next one.